So can we get a big hand clap for us, Marvin?
Yeah, UNIA.
UNIA.
Race first, everyone. Race first. Greetings, greetings, family. How you feeling? How you feeling? Say Africa for the Africans.
Africa for the Africans.
And home and abroad.
And home and abroad.
Africa for the Africans.
Africa for the Africans.
And I have to say happy birthday to Mr. Africa for the African.
Yes,
you know? Let me tell you something. Bomani for the last 10 years in Atlanta, Georgia. When you don't see Bomani, know for certain he's with Marvin hanging out at the UNIA CBPM office. There isn't a week that go by that Bomani is not at the office.
It's true.
Couple days, 3 days. And Sass is right down the road.
Derek around the block.
Derek is around the block.
That's what's up.
You see what I'm saying? So in Atlanta, we have big things going on because we have the king himself, Brother Bomani. And Iman is so fortunate to know a brother like this.
Man, say that.
So fortunate because when we started the UNIA in Atlanta, Georgia in 2009, guess who was the first person to sign up? Brother Bomani.
That's what's up.
And I was his number 2. I'm currently the president for the Dr. Julius Nyeri CBPM UNIACL.
Yeah, man.
Division 421 in Atlanta, Georgia. Sass is a member of 421. Do we have any other members from 421?
Derek Ward.
Brother Derek.
Represent.
Respect Derek.
Let's
So, what I'm trying to say is that we've been doing these works for Marcus Garvey for years upon top of years. And Brother Bomani see me down there at the UNIA CBPM office. CBPM stands for Collective Black People Movement. So it's 2 organizations we're holding down. And I heard what Camille said earlier. She's the first one who explained to me why we shouldn't call ourselves black. And I understood it when she came up here and spoke.
That's what's
And
up.
she said, I'm Haitian, and so on. But 20 years ago, I had to ask myself the same question. Because I've built a machine that's been able to gather our people together. And this machine is working while we're here in Africa. It's gathering brothers and sisters.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a mechanical engineer, and my job is to design and build things that African people need. So, what happened is that 20 years ago, when I started the Collective Black People Movement, I had to ask myself, I wanted to call it the Collective African People Movement. But I'm in the United States of America. And the majority of African people in the United States of America don't even know that they're African.
Say that. Say that.
If you-
That's a word.
You see what I'm saying? And they don't even want no connection with Africa and so on.
The truth is.
So, but my job is to gather our people together. So, I had to use the name Collective Black People Movement because I wanted African people to know, say, it's you I'm talking to. It's you I'm talking to. You are black, you're African. We have many names. And my job as an engineer, first of all, let me give you a little background on me. Born in a house in Jamaica,
Yeah, me too.
November 15th, 1963. So hold that, makes me 52. I'm also a Scorpio, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Because we had Bomani and somebody else was standing.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm a
yes, exactly.
Dawoodi.
Yes, so born in a house. I never been in a hospital until I came to America when I was 7 years old. And I was riding a bicycle and I fell off the bicycle and my feet went underneath this wire fence. And up to today it gave me a scar with about 20 stitches and I still have the scar there. But that was my first experience in the hospital. In Jamaica, you know, down in the ghetto, born in Kingston, never been to a hospital. See what I'm saying? So one day I heard my family say, we're going to America, we're moving to America. But by this time, my mother and father and my my two oldest brothers, they came to the United States from 1968. So I was staying with my aunt in Jamaica in Kingston, and I've always wondered about America, how big this world is and everything and so on. You always hear a lot about America and things. So I finally got the opportunity when I was 7. I really didn't understand the world at 7 years old, but I know that I was going to America. And I've always said to myself since I landed in America, why am I in America? I've always asked that question.
Wow.
But the Spirit told me I have a purpose for being in America.
Of course.
But at that age, I could never understand it. Matter of fact, I only understood why I was in America the last 5-10 years. Most of my life, I didn't understand why I was here. Okay? But I see now that the Creator put me in America to gather black people together, to gather African people together, to do the works of Marcus Garvey. So when I reach and bump into Bomani, and he's actually taking our people to Africa, and I'm gathering our people together here in the United States and all over.
Okay now.
From that, me and Bomani been like this.
Okay.
So I'm saying me and Bomani hang out together, and if it wasn't for Bomani, the office computers at the UNIA CBPM office would not be working.
Say that. That's true.
I showed my brother there from Florida, I forget your name again.
Ryan.
Brother Ryan.
Ron.
Brother Ron.
Ron.
Yes, I showed Brother Ron the works that we do, just a glimpse with the collective Black People Movement. Our job is, Black people, African people are excelling on all different areas of skills from A to Z. We're Bomani with Africa for the Africans, repatriation, investing in Africa. He's reached to the top, because I don't see nobody that does it better than Bomani when it comes to taking brothers and sisters forward to the continent. Brother Bomani, he might have certain ways where he's Mad Max. He's just going to crazy into it. But one thing I realize about Brother Bomani is that he's about principle. Principle. Meaning that he takes care of business. He ain't got no time for people loafing or people fooling around. Because we come at the UNIA CDPM office, we have all brothers and sisters come and we have to welcome them. But some of the brothers and sisters, well, I say brothers because not too much sisters come to the office because like a guy hangout place. And So, but Brother Bomani, when he comes to the office, he doesn't mix with the hangout crowd. He comes straight into the administration office and say, Ross, this is where we're at. Matter of fact, he's been working on the book, the Africa for African Tour Guide, and he'll be come there to the office and give me little sneak previews of it and everything. But what I'm trying to say to you is that it's all about the works of Marcus Garvey. Because Africa for the Africans is Marcus Garvey first taught us that. And it's Bomani that's manifesting it in this time.
That's right.
The Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey never was able to reach to the continent of Africa. But he let us know that it belongs to us. You see what I'm saying? And we're now in Ghana, and this is my first time, brothers and sisters.
Say that.
And I want to answer the question that Pepe was asking this morning. What was the most greatest thing that shocked me about traveling? And I'm going to use this trip. Because I've always sung songs in the United States of want to be in Africa, trying to get to Africa. Africa's so far away.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be that way? So it's just pure repatriation songs I've been singing for a long, long time.
Yeah, you gotta know.
But when I came to the arts market, we went there a couple days ago. I met into a Rasta Virgin. His name is Jabu, or the Rasta Virgin. He said something to me that my mind was, it completely blew my mind.
Okay.
What he said to me, he said, welcome to Zion. And when he said welcome to Zion, I looked around and I see all African people and everybody doing something positive and working together as African people. And I said, this is Zion, Africa Zion.
Whoa.
I said, that was so powerful, and the brother said that to me. It was like I was lifted into a place where there was no Babylon, no white man to try to fight against us. I said, I must be in Zion now. I said, wow.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Garnet said sang the song, he saw Zion in the vision.
I saw wicked. Big up
I
the
gotta write the
Garnet
song, I saw Zion in Africa. You see what I'm saying? So that has moved me so much when the brother said, welcome to Zion. because it was all of us. All I look around is just African people. It's just us. And we're doing things. And what I see the buildings, I see the properties. And I said, we own this. That's owned by African people. In the United States, I can't look at no building and say that's owned by African people. I said, this must be truly Zion. Look at the mountains. Look at the land that produced food. So that was my most, moving moment. Where now, when I go back to the United States, I'm going to let everybody know that Africa is Zion. Africa is Mount Zion. I mean, Zion is on earth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not up in the skies when you die. That's a white man trick.
Say that.
So that you don't live the fullness that you're supposed to live while you're living life.
Right here.
We got to live our fullness now.
Right now.
Not tomorrow with Christianity. I promise us that we're going to be here and there. That's all a trick to get what belongs to Africa and what belongs to us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So one thing I realized being in Africa too big for the white man to take over. They're trying. And I see some few drops, a handful here in Ghana, but they can't do it. That's what I'm saying. And I have to let the brothers and sisters. And then the other thing they told me when I was in the United States is that I can't go to Africa because mosquito gonna tear me up.
It's a conversation in your
Up to now, one mosquito has not bit me, and I've been here for 4 days. I was trying to bring some off. I said, oh boy, I forgot my off and everything.
You're divinely protected.
Because I don't like them parasites sucking on my blood. But we realized that them parasites is in Babylon in America and they're not in Africa. They're tricking us. There's so much parasites in America sucking on our blood. From the insects to the system to everything. And now we come to Africa. I don't feel none of them sucking on me.
Hallelujah this Sunday morning.
They tricked me on that one.
It's good.
I was straight up. I was straight up. Nah. This is Zion. In Zion, you can't have all of those things. In Zion, it's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, I just give thanks to Brother Bomani and Africa for the Africans. Because Bomani been telling me for years, Ross, I gotta come. You've been telling me every single year. And I've been, over the years, here Bomani, here's a little. But he said this year, I gotta do it. So I made sure that this year I did what it took.
Passport and visa in the last month.
All in the last.
Tell them.
30 days to Zion. 30 days to Zion.
30 days to Zion.
30 days to Zion.
Yeah. Anyone can do it. 30 days you can go to Zion. Exactly. And
absolutely.
I'm telling you, right now, when I come to Africa, when I'm watching on the dance floor, y'all don't know what's on my mind. I have a big job. I'm a mechanical engineer. And as an engineer, my job is to build things that's going to make things better for human beings. Well, I'm focusing on Africa, to create things that's going to make things better for us as African people. I started telling you about my background, being born in Jamaica and everything, but since Sister Peppy had asked some nice questions that I wanted to respond, what was my most significant time traveling, and this was coming to Zion, because in Jamaica, it's just a dot to Zion. My sister Camille from Haiti said, everything here in Haiti, in Africa, Ghana is the same as Haiti, and it's the same in Jamaica. The food is the same, the trees, the people, the road, everything. So the only thing that's different is what we say in Jamaica. We're not going to trade away a continent for a little tiny island. So we know that we're Africans, no matter where we are. As Peter Tosh said, no matter where you come from, you're African. Exactly, you know the rest of the story.
As long as
you're a black man, you're African. So the other thing I want to say, the other thing I want to say is that to finish the story of my background, because my brother Irvin wanted to know a little bit more of my educational background. So when I came to the United States, 1970, July 9th, I was 7 years old. And I thought America was a land of milk and honey. And everything in America was the best, because that's what was sold in Jamaica.
Yeah, you were.
I have aunt who passed away back in the 90s, but I remember when I was in Jamaica, and she used to watch the Western movies from the United States. And when somebody gets shot, she would feel it because she thought it was all real and everything. So we thought that America was this land. In other words, we thought America was heaven on earth. But what made me wake up and realize that it wasn't is that when I got on the plane to fly to the United States when I was 7 years old, and I tasted that airplane food, I wanted to go back home to Jamaica. I said, God,
Gotta do it every time.
this could not be
Have mercy.
because the food is supposed to taste better than Jamaican food. And how's that taste?
Nothing was good.
And then when I come to America 7 years old, I'm sharing some of the things that I recall coming to the United States. In the ghetto, you know, I had ghetto clothing. And I went to New York. And what I wasn't used to was the cold weather.
Oh, man.
Because I didn't find out about long johns and those things till after 5-10 years being in the United
Oh,
States.
snap.
By that time, I'm waiting at the bus as a first grader, crying because of the cold. And it was too dread. And I said, no, this couldn't be a place of milk and honey, what they was talking about. No way. So, what got me into math and science, I realized that I went to, my parents was living in Queens, New York, 1968. And when we came to the United States, I have 5 brothers, no sisters. I'm the 5th. So I don't know what it is like to have a sister. I'm still trying to find out.
Oh, you talking about a wife, too.
Well, I'm divorced. So I'm single and available.
You gotta put that in. Another single brother.
So, but no, a sister who can give you advice on how to dress, what to say to. I never really had them type of things, so I've been soldiering it my whole life still. You know, went to Jamaica, married my ex-wife thinking she wanted to deal with Rasta, brought her to the United States. She said, thank you, but I don't want to be married no more and everything else. But she gave me a beautiful son.
Oh, good.
You see what I'm saying? So, me and my son's like this. And now, my son is following in my footsteps because I went to the State University of New York. When I came to the United States, I went to 18 years straight of school. Most time people go to 12 years straight from first grade to 12. But I went from first grade all the way to completing a master's degree, and I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
So, this is my school experience. When I was in 3rd grade, I used to win the ice cream contest because it was times tables. We'd go around, they say 7 times 5. Whoever said it first, the other person sit down. So we're in a mostly white school. There's only 3 black people out of 25 white people and so on. So I used to beat them badly when it comes to mathematics. Exactly. None of them could beat me when it comes to anything with math. And then in 9th grade, I remember they was going around the school talking my name. Everybody had my name in conversation, and these are white people. And what I find out, because they always get the news before we as black students get the news. So what I found out is that the reason why they're speaking my name is because myself and this other white guy got the highest on the algebra regions in 9th grade. We scored the highest scores.
Yes.
And they were looking at me, but he's from the ghetto. He ain't even dressed properly. His hair is, that time I didn't start growing dreadlocks, but it wasn't smooth from front to back.
Like a
and I remember